السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. بسم الله الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. I welcome you all to the class of Qisas and Nabiyeen, and we are in volume number 4. I then started the stories of Dawood and Sulaiman alayhi السلام. So let's begin the story of Sulaiman alayhi salam. We read in the last lessons he brought the story of Dawood's عليه السلام, and today we become Sulaiman عليه السلام's قصة. Ni'matullahi ala Sulaiman, Allah's favors upon Sulaiman. So we have short lessons again, just half a page kind of. فأما سليمان فقد سخر الله له الرياح تجري بأمره تحمله من مكان إلى مكان ويصل إليه في أقرب وقت وأسرع زمان، وسخر له الأقوياء والحاذقين من الجن والماردين من الشياطين ينفذون أوامره ويكملون مشاريعه الممرانية والبنائية عين العمرانية والبنائية على عمالة. فأما سليمان, as for Sulaiman عليه السلام, فقد سخر الله له الرياح. Allah سخر, subjugated, he made him into service. سخر الله له الرياح, Allah subjugated the wind. تجري بأمره, that would run with his command, blow with his command. وتحمله من مكان إلى مكان, carry him from place to place. The wind would used to carry Sulaiman alayhi salam from place to place. فَيَصِلُ إِلَيْهِ فِي أَقْرَبِ وَقْتٍ وَأَسْرَعِ زَمَانٍ, then he would arrive to it, the place, reach, وَصَلَ يَصِلُ is to arrive, فِي أَقْرَبِ وَقْتٍ, in the nearest time, وَأَسْرَعِ زَمَانٍ, and quickest of time, shortest of time. أقرب is nearest, same thing, أسرع, quickest of time, same thing, shortest time period. وَسَخَّرَ لَهُ الْأَقْوِيَاءَ الْحَاذِقِينَ, and he also subjugated for him the strong ones, al-hadiqin, jinns, hadiqin min al-jinn, strong, skillful, hadiq, skillful. Hadiqin, skillful workers here, skillful workers, hadiqun, skillful workers. وَالْمَارِدِينَ مِنَ الشَّيَاطِينَ, and marid is the insurgent, right? The naughtiest of the jinn, the evil of the shayateen, of the shaitan, devils. يُنَفِّذُونَ أَوَامِرَهُ, even the evil ones were subjugated to him. يُنَفِّذُونَ أَوَامِرَهُ, they would implement his orders. نَفَّذَ يُنَفِّذُ وَيُكْمِلُونَ مَشَارِعَهُ, and complete his projects. Al-Umraniya, building civil projects, buildings and palaces and whatever. Al-Binaya is also building. Al-Imalaqa, giant structures. Al-Binaiya, and Binaya is buildings, and Imalaqa, giant tall, like Amaliqa, giants. Umraniya is Umrani with a Dhamma, he says, okay? Umraniya. Big buildings. Like Allah says, وَلِسُلَيْمَانِ الرِّيحَ عَاصِفَةً تَجْرِي بِأَمْرِهِ إِلَى الْأَرْضِ الَّتِي بَارَكْنَا فِيهَا وَكُنَّا بِكُلِّ شَيْءٍ عَالِمِينَ وَمِنَ الشَّيَاطِينِ مَنْ يَغُوصُونَ لَهُ وَيَعْمَلُونَ عَمَلًا دُونَ ذَلِكَ وَكُنَّا لَهُمْ حَافِظِينَ. And for Sulaiman, الرِّيحَ عَاصِفَةً, we subdued the wind in its raging, Asifa, strong. Tajri bi amrihi, set by his command, ila al-ard, to the land, allati barakna fiha, land which we had blessed. Wa kunna bi kulli shay'in alimin, and of everything we have knowledge, we are aware. Wa min ash-shayatini man yaghusuna lahu, and of the evil ones, some who dived. Yaghusuna is to dive into water for pearls and all that. وَيَعْمَلُونَ عَمَلًا دُونَ ذَلِكَ, and do other work, all kinds of work. وَكُنَّا لَهُمْ حَافِظِينَ, and we were warders on them, we were hafiz onto them. And Allah says, وَلِسُلَيْمَانَ الرِّيحَ غُدُوُّهَا شَهْرٌ وَرَوَاحُهَا شَهْرٌ. And unto Sulaiman, alayhi salam, the wind, where the morning course was a month's journey and the evening course a month's journey. So I don't know the tafsir of this. What do we mean by month's journey? Maybe month's journey travel was easier. I mean, in this thing, Allahu Alam, we have to look into tafsir. وَأَرْسَلْنَا لَهُ عَيْنَ الْقِطْرِ. And we sent for him fount of copper, عين القطر, copper. من الجن من يعمل بين يديه بإذن ربه. And of certain of jinn who used to work by the permission of his Lord. ومن يزغ منهم عن أمرنا نذقه من عذاب السعير. And some of them, whoever deviated from our command, we would punish him from a painful punishment. So if somebody doesn't want to do work of Sulaiman alayhi salam, they would be punished. Then we caused to taste the punishment of flaming fire. يعملون له ما يشاء من محاذيب وتماثيل وجفان كالجواب وقدور الراسيات اعملوا آل داود شكرا وقليل من عبادي الشكور. They made for him what he will, synagogues, من محاذيب, or statues, tamathil, or jifan, and basins like well, كالجواب وقدور الراسيات, and wells and boilers, Qudur Khidr, like build big pots and all that, Rasiyat, into the ground. I'malu ala Dawood, give thanks, O house of Dawood. I'malu, do action. وَقَلِيلٌ مِّنْ عِبَادِيَ الشَّكُورِ. And few of my slaves are, ibadi born men, are thankful. So all these things, you might say, like, why are statues mentioned here? There's a tafsir of it, like tafsir that maybe it was allowed for Sulaiman Islam, but for our Sharia it's not allowed. And it doesn't mean tamathil means only for living. It could be of unliving and non-living things also, sculpting. So Allahu Alam, you have to look the tafsir into all these things, because I read it someplace about this, but I don't remember what the tafsir was. Allahu Alam. Alright, next chapter, fiqhun daqiqun wa ilmun amiqun. Precise fiqh, understanding, amiq, daqiq, precise, ilmun amiq, and deep knowledge. وقد تجلى ذكاؤه وقدرته على الحكم الصحيح في قضية رفعت إلى والده العظيم، فكان لقوم كرم قد أنبتت عناقيده، فدخلت فيه غنم لقوم فافسدته، فقضى داود بالغنم لصاحب الكرم، فقال سليمان غير هذا يا نبي الله. قال وما ذاك. Let's read. وقد تجلى ذكاؤه. Tajalla is to appear, so his intelligence appeared, وقدرته, and his ability, على الحكم الصحيح, in the correct judgment, في قضية, in a matter, in the case, رفعت إلى والده العظيم, which was raised to his father. So there was a case which came to Dawood alayhi salam, but the son Sulaiman alayhi salam, he did it well. فكان لقوم كرم قد أنبتت. قضية is a case, أنبتت grew, karm is a orchard. Oh, okay. So there was an orchard, karm. قد أنبتت عناقيده. Anaqid is what? Unqud, anaqid, a bunch of grapes. So it had grown. So there was some orchard there, and they had grapes in it. فدخلت فيه غنم لقوم فأفسدته. So some sheep belonging to another group of people entered it and destroyed the grapes. فقضى داود بالغنم لصاحب الكرم. So Dawood alayhi salam ordered that sheep be given to the owners of the garden as recompense for the loss. So he said, okay, the sheep was destroyed, but I mean the grapes were destroyed by the sheep. So what we need to do is give the sheep to the orchard owner. But Sulaiman al-Salam said, غير هذا يا نبي الله, the verdict should be different, يا نبي الله. قال وما ذاك, and what's that? What could be the other verdict? قال تدفع الكرم إلى صاحب الغنم ويقوم عليه كما كان. تدفع الكرم, so you pay or you give the orchard to the صاحب الغنم, to the owners of the sheep. ويقوم عليه كما كان, and he stands on it, or he establishes on it. That means he does what was required as it was before. So he should restore it. وتدفع الغنم إلى صاحب الكرم, and give the sheep to the owners of the garden. فيصيب منها, and so that he can benefit from him. So he said, okay, give the orchard to the sheep guys, and the sheep guys should work on it and bring it back. Till then, he will sit in the garden who has lost. He will benefit from the sheep. حتى إذا كان الكرم كما كان دفعت الكرم إلى صاحبه ودفعت الغنم إلى صاحبها. When the garden is restored to its original state, then return the garden to its owner and the sheep to this owners. And this was the correct ruling. That is compensation. Yes, there should be a compensation, because if you just give the sheep to the grapes or grape holder, grape orchard guy, it would be, sheep could have been more costlier, right? So in the barter system, the sheep guys, you had to restore the conditions and all that. وقصه الله بفقه دقيق وعلم عميق فقال, Allah had distinguished Sulaiman with precise knowledge and deep understanding. وَدَاوُودَ وَسُلَيْمَانَ إِذْ يَحْكُمَانِ فِي الْحَرْثِ إِذْ نَفَشَتْ فِيهِ غَنَمُ الْخَوْمِ. Allah said in the Quran, وَدَاوُودَ وَسُلَيْمَانَ, and Dawood and Sulaiman, they gave judgment concerning إِذْ يَحْكُمَانِ فِي الْحَرْثِ, when they gave judgment regarding sheep. إِذْ نَفَشَتْ فِيهِ غَنَمُ الْخَوْمِ. نَفَشَ, when the people's sheep had strayed and browsed therein by night. وَكُنَّا لِحُكْمِهِمْ, نَفَشَ, destroyed or browsed, he destroyed, little browse. وَكُنَّا لِحُكْمِهِمْ شَاهِدِينَ, and we were witnesses to their judgment. فَفَهَّمْنَاهَا سُلَيْمَانَ, so we made Sulaiman understand, right? وَكُلًّا آتَيْنَا حُكْمًا, they didn't translate that. وَكُلًّا آتَيْنَا, both of them we give حُكْمًا عِلْمًا, both of them we give rulership and knowledge also. But we made Sulaiman al-Islam to understand. Next lesson, chapter number 6. سليمان يعرف لغة الطير والحيوان. Sulaiman alayhi salam knows the language of birds and animals. وخص القرآن قصة حكيمة ممتعة تجلى فيها تيقظ سليمان في تدبير مملكته ورهبة سلطانه، كيف جمع الله له بين سعادة الدنيا والآخرة وبين الملك والتمكين والنبوة والرسالة في الدين. وكان يعرف لغة الطير والحيوان، وجمع جنوده من الجن والإنس والطير ذات مرة. It just goes on, no full stops, nothing, just one long. This is how previous Arabic used to be written. وقص القرآن قصة حكيمة, and the Holy Quran, just the Quran narrated the entertaining story. ممتعة, entertaining story. تجلى فيها تيقظ, which describes, that is full of wisdom, and which demonstrates that tayaqud is the vigilance of Sulaiman fi tadbiri mamlakatihi, dabbiru tadbir, in running his kingdom, wa rahbati sultani, and the awesomeness rahba, awesomeness of his control. That means his rahba, awe, that means people were feared of him. كيف جمع الله له بين سعادة الدنيا والآخرة, how did Allah combine success or happiness in this world and the hereafter, وبين الملك والتمكين, and mulk, that means consolidation, or tamkeen wa nubuwa, and running of a country, mulk wa tamkeen, consolidation, wa nubuwati, prophethood, wa risalati, and being a messenger in the religion in him. So Allah joined everything for Sulaiman alayhi salam. وَكَانَ يَعْرِفُ لُغَةَ الطَّيْرِ وَالْحَيْوَانِ. He used to know the languages of the birds and the animals. وَجَمَعَ جُنُودَهُ مِنَ الْجِنِّ وَالْإِنسِ وَالطَّيْرِ ذَاتَ مَرَّةٍ. Once he gathered an army consisting of jinn and ins and birds. Once. وَرَكِبَ فِيهِمْ فِي أُبَّهَةٍ وَعَظَمَةٍ أُبَّهَةٍ. And he marched with them with pomp and majesty. Ubbaha. Ubbaha is pomp and, with all of its glory. وَكَانُوا عَلَى نِظَامٍ كَامِلٍ. And they were on the nizam, complete, arrangement, nizam. وَكَانُوا فِي قِيَادَةِ رُؤَسَائِهِمْ. And moving with their leaders. So all of the birds and all that, they were marching along. فَمَرَّ سُلَيْمَانُ عَلَى وَادِ النَّمْلِ. Sulaiman al-Islam passed by a valley of ants. فَخَافَتْ نَمْلَةٌ عَلَى قَبِيلَتِهِمَا. So an ant was concerned about his community, qabila. أَن تُحَطِّمَهَا حَطَّمَ يُحَطِّمُ. That الخيول بحوافرها, that the horses, خيل خيول, hooves of the بحوافر, by the hooves of the horses they will be crushed. ولا يشعر بذلك سليمان وجنوده. And Sulaiman and his people will not realize that, عليه السلام. They'll not be aware of that. So ولم يأخذه أن أتيه ولزه بأنه نبي من أنبياء الله. They didn't translate this, I think. وَلَمْ يَأْخُذْهُ التِّيهُ. They have translated as the haughtiness, pride. Yeah, and they would not be prideful or zahu. Zahu is also pride, haughtiness, pride. بِأَنَّهُ نَبِيٌّ مِنْ أَنْبِيَاءِ اللَّهِ. I mean, he would not do it wantedly, of course, and without because he's a messenger from the prophet from the prophets of Allah. فَالْحَمَلَهُ عَلَى ذَلِكَ عَلَى حَمْدِ اللَّهِ تَعَالَى. The translator, he did not demonstrate any signs of pride and arrogance by virtue of being one of the prophets. So he heard, they didn't bring the verse of the Quran, يَا أَيُّهَا النَّمْلُ ادْخُلُوا مَسَاكِنَكُمْ. I think I skipped something. فَأَمَرَتْهُمْ بِالدُّخُولِ فِي مَسَاكِنِهِمْ. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. It ordered all the ants to enter in their houses. فَفَهِمَ ذَلِكَ سُلَيْمَانَ. And Sulaiman al-Islam understood it all. وَلَمْ يَأْخُذْهُ التِّيهُ وَلَزَّهُ. And no arrogance or pride entered him. بِأَنَّهُ نَبِيٌّ مِنْ أَنْبِيَاءِ اللَّهِ. Because he's a prophet from the prophets of Allah. بَلْ حَمَلَهُ ذَلِكَ عَلَى حَمْدِ اللَّهِ. But he thanked Allah, right, that he can hear even ants speaking, right? وَالشُّكْرِ نِعْمَتِهِ. And thank him from the bounties of his. وَالدُّعَاءِ لِلتَّوْفِيقِ. And to do dua, alhamdulillah alladhi. He's made a dua, and dua للتوفيق, for tawfiq, for the ability to do good deeds. للعمل الصالح والانخراط في سلك عباد الله الصالحين. Silk. To supplicate for further ability to do good deeds and join the company of virtuous servants of Allah. Inkhirat fi silk, join the company of. Inkhirat fi silk means join the company of. Qissatu Hudhud. Then we have story of the Hoopy bird, which inshallah we'll do it in our next class. Inshallah ta'ala, just 3 or 4 per class, right? Inshallah, so that we don't increase the time. Barakallahu feekum, Jazakallahu Khairan. So we've done 20 minutes of it. Yeah, I think we would have done more, but yeah, I think we can stop. But yeah, okay. Barakallahu feek, Jazakallahu Khairan. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdik. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.